Hello, my YouTubers. This is Dan Drupsky for this new updated video for July 23rd, 2021. And I see we only got some new stuff. I got it from the thrift store last week. Some of it from the thrift store and flea market. Let's start with the Lost Stooges, hosted by Leonard Maltin, and it has some clips with some rare Three Stooges films never been shown. Not the ones they did from Columbia Pictures, but the ones they did for NGM with that head of the Three Stooges, Ted Healy. He was the original head stooge back in the 20s in vaudeville. And did you know at the time when Shemp left the act in the early 1930s, Curly took over Shemp's role. And you know Curly was the younger brother of Moe and Shemp. Yep. 1990 release from Turner Home Entertainment. And this is the sticker label, ink label, yep. Now here's the stinkiest gun in the West that has Don Knotts. Made in 1967, released in Universal, and this is part of the Good Times Home Videos Hollywood Movie Greats. And this is not like it's Bobo's Paleface and Son of Paleface. It has a different twist to it. And this tape, it has the mirror thing is broken off, and someone must have put paint in it by accident. Yep. Now here's Mission, that stars with Robert De Niro and Jeremy Irons. Made in 1986, and it's a sweeping spectacle by Jack Horwell by Newsweek. Warner Home Video, 1987 release. And this tape is an X-rental, and it has a def tone at the end of Mission. Now the next one we got is The Last Command. That was a 1928 silent film, part of the Paramount's 75th anniversary of these Paramount classics. 1987 release, and this is the X-Blockbuster video rental tape. It was put in on July 10th, 1995, and this tape was printed on May 22nd, 1987. This is when Paramount celebrate their 75th anniversary. Now here's The Last Time I Saw Paris, with Elizabeth Taylor, 22, Van Johnson. Also stars at Walter Pidgeon and Donna Reed. And this is a public domain film, and NGM made it in 1954 in CinemaScope, 1985 release from Good Times Home Video. And Elizabeth Taylor quoted about Van Johnson. Van Johnson was gay. I don't think he was gay, but he was a He-Man actor when he did like certain movies like The Cape Mutiny and The Guy Named Joe and 30 Seconds in Tokyo. Then he did a musical with Judy Garland in The Good Old Summertime, and Gene Kelly in Brigadoon. Now here's Yearling, that stars with Gregory, Peck, Jane Wyman, the one from The Lost Weekend, and Claude Jarman Jr., the one he was in the movie with Lassie and Jeanette MacDonald in Some Comes Up in 1949. Yearling was made 1946, part of the NGM UA Home Videos, the Great Books on Video series. 1985, this is the 87 reprint. Perhaps this copy might have a def tone at the end. I already have the 85 original. This is going to be going on eBay. Now here's the Molly Mentor, that stars with Sean Connery and Richard Harris. And it was made from Paramount in 1969, and it's from Paramount Home Video in 1986. This tape was printed on June 5th, 1986. We'll be selling that. The next one we got is with John Wayne and the Quiet Man. Co-stars with Maureen O'Hara, Victor McLennan, Barris Fitzgerald, and War Bond. Directed by John Ford, 1987 reissue of it. And I have the NTA home video release of it in 1984. Of my personal John Wayne cassettes. Now we got here Shirley Temple's last film under a 20th Century Fox contract, Young People. Co-stars with Jack Oakley and Charlotte Greenwood. And this is the colorized version of it in 1995 release. And this is the 18th volume of the series. That was after Shirley Temple completed The Bluebird that same year when she was about 11, 12 years old. Now here's Red Dust from 1932. Stars with Clark Gable, Jane Harlow. Co-stars with Mary Astor and Jeanette MacDonald's husband Gene Raymond. Directed by Victor Fleming. Part of the NGM's Diamond Jubilee series of their classic films. Made 1932 and a home video release 1985. And this tape has no print date on it, but it has a barcode sticker label on there. This film did a remake later with Clark Gable stars with Ava Gardner. The next one we got here is Rocky and Bullwinkle Volume 7 with Whistler's Moose. This one has some good episodes on there, like the statehood of Moose, Minnesota, something like that. Minnesota Saves, yeah, that's the name of the episode. Asos and Son, like a man traps a cat, a mice traps a cat. Mr. Know-It-All, something about the furry star. Bullwinkle's Corner with the Spotlight Tom. Dudley Do-Right, yep, with the Visits Whistler's Son. I think it's Peabody and Sherman who visits Whistler's Son. Classic fairy tales of like Little Red Riding Hood. 1991 release from Bona Vista Home Video's Rocky and Bullwinkle collection. Vertical label. This tape was printed on October 16, 1991. The next one we got here is Sesame Street's first feature-length movie, Follow That Bird. And it made 1985. It has some guest stars in it like John Candy and Chevy Chase. And also co-stars with the Bird Nappers, played by Joe Flaherty and Dave Thomas from SCTV. Early 1986 box packaging original. And I'll show you what the tape looks like. This tape has got to be a 1990 reprint. Probably this one has no test pattern. I'll be selling that for the future. The next one we got here is a couple of those greatest adventure stories of the Bible from Hanna-Barbera. That is the Nativity, starring the voices of Gregory Harrison, Helen Hunt, and Vincent Price. The greatest adventure stories from the Bible was originally released from World Vision at that time in the mid-80s. This tape was printed on September 22nd, 1991. This is not original, this is a reprint. And here's another one, Easter Story, featuring the voices of Richard Thomas, Joe Sprenner, I can't pronounce it. Hanna-Barbera made these series back in the 80s, just for home video. And this tape was printed on January 24th, 1992, ink label. Ink print date, I mean. Next one is Disney's Darby O'Gill and the Little People, part of the Walt Disney Studios Film Classics in the early 1990s release. I have the 1985 reissue of it, part of the Neon Mickeys. This tape was printed on June 16, 1992. And I'll be selling that on eBay. And here's a Disney tape with no box. Walt Disney's Cartoon Classics Volume 8 with Sports School Feast Vacation. It was originally released in 1984, and however, this is a reprint on. This is a 86 reprint. It was printed on December 9th, 1986. And the 84 original has the Walt Disney and You promo. And here's Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca, the ones I showed you from the previous videos that I did months ago. Laurence Olivier, Joan Fontaine, George Sanders, and Judith Anderson's The Housekeeper. And this is the 1988 release of the Key Videos collections of Alfred Hitchcock. Here's what this tape looks like. 88 sticker label. This tape was printed on December 10th, 1990. Yeah. And here's another Alfred Hitchcock tape. Suspicion that with Cary Grant and Joe Fontaine, released 1941 from RKO. It's part of the film classic series from Vid America Incorporated. On this tape has the previews of the Magnificent Andersons with Joseph Cotten, directed by Orson Welles, Seven Veil with James Mason and Ann Todd. This tape was printed on May 14, 1988. I have the 1987 original. Soon I will be getting that. And here's DuckTales tape called The Accidental Adventure. And it has this is my first DuckTales tape I ever got when I was 12. I used to have all the DuckTales VHS tapes. 2 episodes I know, Jungle Duck made of the meth. And I'll see if this one has a print date on it. No print date, has a bar sticker label code. And here's a coming-of-age movie of the 1985 The Breakfast Club. John Hughes directed this. And also probably stars with the Emilio Estevez, Paul Gleason's the principal. You might know him in Trading Places as Clarence Speaks. Jude Nelson, yep. Marley Ringward and Ali Shalley, yep. 1985 release from MCA Home Video. And this tape is a little reprint from 1989 and it has Macrovision on it. Printed on the 52nd week of 1989. I don't need this. That's for eBay selling. Now we got Miss Sadie Thompson, Rita Hayworth, Jose Ferrer, and Aldo Ray. Ray Aldo. Made 1953 and it's part of the Columbia Classic Series. 1991 from Columbia TriStar Home Video. It was originally reissued RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. Sticker label from 2001. This tape was printed on the 10th week of 2001. Originally, I want to have the 1980 original release of Miss Sadie Thompson. That's hard to find. Now, here's a bonus tape I got. Laurel and Hardy's Below Zero Colorization. Part of the Cabin Fever Entertainment's Laurel and Hardy Colorized. And this is the one they played like street musicians when they found someone's wallet. It belonged to like the cop. It was an accidental, mistaken identity. It has no print date, it has the ink label. And Below Zero, I have it on the Laurel and Hardy Volume 7, and soon I'll be getting the Laurel and Hardy DVD box set. And you know, the ones in Colorized, it was taken from the Laurel and Hardy show when it was syndicated. Now the next one I got here is Disney's Peter Pan read-along book. It was originally released in 1977, and however, this is the 1985 reprint that I got it from the thrift store. Soon to add it to your Disney read-along books to sell. And here's what the back looks like. Now I got here some more Disney books to sell, part of the Mickey Young Readers Library. Volume 1 is Mickey's Birthday Surprise. It was published in 1990, the series. Next one is Mickey's Giant Pain, Minnie's Giant Pain, Volume 3. The only thing was missing was Volumes 2 and 4. Now we got here Scrooge and the Golden Eggs. That's Volume 5. The only thing was missing was Volume 4. Alan Young provided the voice of Scrooge McDuck at the time he was doing DuckTales in the 1980s. Here's Mickey's Magic Bottle. The illustration of the book, it looks so great. Not that many past Disney characters in there. Here's Donald's Dream. Volume 7. Hey Mom, what's up? The next one we got here is Mickey and the Big Storm. Probably a snowstorm. Volume 8 is missing, but we don't have that. This is Volume 9 in the series. Next one is Volume 10 is Donald's Magic Stone. Hocus Pocus, Abacadabra. This is not exactly the Disney Discovery series. Now we got here volume 11, Huey, Dewey, and Louie Meet the Witch. 11 volume in the series. This is not Hazel the Witch. Yep, like one of the Looney Tunes characters. Or I think it was a Disney character too. And here's volume 12, like Pluto and the Big Race. Here's Freddie and Marty, one of Mickey Mouse's kids. Here's Mickey's Little Helpers, Marty and Freddie, volume 13 in the series. Now here's Goofy Goes to the Fair, volume 15. Volume 14 is missing. Now we got volume 16, like Mickey and the Troll. Angry Little Troll that looked like my brother. I used to tease him that back then. He didn't like it, but it was just for the fun. Now we got Donald and the Frog, volume 17. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And we don't have volume 19. Well, we got volume 18 is Word Fun, an activity book for younger readers. This is considered to be like a Discovery Series angle. Well, there you have it. That's my updated video for July 25th, 2021. We're going to keep updates for more updated videos, and I'll see you next time when I have more updated videos. Until then, stay safe, and I'll keep you posted. Bye. Try to subscribe for this. Bye, folks.